everybody. So I am really sorry that this is so delayed. I know I say that every single time and that I don't know, but I just got done with my first semester with my master's program. So I'm really hoping now that I kind of understood the scheduling I really need to do with it, that I'm going to be better at it so that I can kind of really invest the time I do have left for this. So hopefully I get better at that. But I wanted to finally make that part 2 for that my sorority rush experience. I know it's been like so delayed and so bad, but trust me, it has been on my mind, so I have not forgotten about it. Trust me, I have not. But yeah, it has been a minute, but I do apologize. But let's just jump right into that story time. Okay. So just a little recap from the part 1. If you haven't seen it, it is on my channel, so you can just go and take a peek. But this part 2 is about my sorority rush that I did my senior year at UW Stout. So this was in the fall of 2023. So that was over a year ago now, which is honestly kind of crazy to think about. But as you may have just remembered, I just said I was a senior when I did my rush experience, which is not very normal, very taboo. And honestly, I would recommend it in the way of going for it. And yeah, do it, because if you want to go for it, go for it. Don't let your status of college change whether you do it or not. But I will say it kind of it's different because you don't get to have that 4-year or even 2 or 3-year experience, so then you kind of miss out a little bit. And I noticed that it was really hard to bond and make friendships with a lot of people just because I didn't have that relatability. But overall though, I still think it was a great experience, and that if you are a senior and you're wanting to rush, I think go for it, because you never know. And one thing that my mom has told me and I always kind of take with me is you don't want to live life and wish that you would have done something. You never know until you try. So with that little spiel out of the way, we can kind of go into the nitty-gritty of stuff. So my rush experience with my senior year, I was really nervous because I was the oldest one. So the way that it works at UW Stout, because there's really not that much sorority life, especially compared to down south. So there was only 2 nationally affiliated sororities, and you can go to my part 1 and when I really explain what nationally affiliated is and why you really want to go for, or my personal preference was with a nationally affiliated sorority. So you can check that out, and if you still have questions, I could try making another video to go more in depth about that, I'm sure there's so many different resources to like really get those questions taken care of. But so I wanted to go for these 2 nationally affiliated ones, and I'll just say it was Delta Zeta and Alpha Phi, Alpha Phi? I think it was Alpha Phi. So Alpha Phi, I should remember that. But so I had these 2, and I was going back and forth because one was pricier than the other, and I'm like, man, like I would like to go in a sorority, but I'm like a broke college girl and I just didn't really want to spend the money for 1 year. That was the thing, is because I can't remember if I covered it on my first video, and I really do apologize if I didn't, but there is quite a bit of a price package deal with these sororities. Like sometimes you can get it kind of like covered in your tuition, but some of these sororities do cost a lot. And I know like there was the cost of the sorority that I had would probably mean like literally nothing if you go to big schools, because bigger schools, like the stuff is going to cost more. So it really just depends on what you really want to spend. And for me, only having 1 year, because with sororities, for the most part, it gets cheaper the longer you're in there, because they have new member fees. They have different like fees that happen at the very beginning. And then the more you're there, you don't really have to pay those fees because you've been there. So you don't have to continue to be paying a new member fee and stuff. You don't, because you're not a new member at that point. So my process with these two sororities, I really loved both of them. I thought they had great values. Like Alpha Phi's, I believe their foundation that they did their charity work with was for heart disease, I believe. And then for Delta Zeta, it's for like Starkey Hearing Foundation, so for people who can get hearing aids and hearing help and all that sort of stuff. So that was there too, which I loved those two things. I thought that was great. And then the girls I thought were great. And so the first night, we just did, okay, let's see. But yeah, so because there was only two sororities, they had a week full of activities, which was kind of fun. So they would plan out and schedule so you could make it to both. And they really encouraged and wanted people to go to both sorority events. I remember there was like a Zumba that we did. That one was really fun and I enjoyed. We did it in our park on campus, which I really thought was fun. We did like a game night one night with one of the sororities. Trying to think. Maybe a trivia night? I really can't remember, but I just really remember enjoying all the activities. And oh, there was an ice cream social because it was summer, so we had an ice cream social. And there was a funny story with that. I was wearing a white t-shirt and oh my god, I was so embarrassed because I was wearing this white t-shirt and there had like ice cream and popsicles, and I chose this grape flavored popsicle. And oh, okay, I do love grape. I know some people don't, but I had the grape and I literally just spilled it all down my shirt. It was so embarrassing because it's like grape in a white shirt. You're not missing it. It went all down my shirt because I just like spilled it. So I was so embarrassed because I'm like, great, this is such a horrible first impression, me being a klutz, but other than that, it was fine. And it was kind of funny because there was quite a few girls from my hometown that I got to talk to, and I really never met them before. So it was kind of a fun experience getting to know them. But yeah, not in that way. I was really embarrassed about the ice cream thing, but we moved on. After these activities, we did like a speed dating kind of event. So we got to go and meet all these girls and just sit down with a group of them and just kind of ask questions. They got to ask questions about us, and so they made sure that we were really part of the process with feeling included, and because they never made sure anybody was alone. And so it felt nice because I got to really talk in depth with people, and I really leaned more towards Delta Zeta at this point of the week because I was like, okay, I really felt this connection. It was the one that was more of a price point, to be truthful. And I just felt, like I said, I had this connection. And there was a couple girls that were in that sorority from my hometown. So I just felt like we had a lot in common. And near the end of the week, because I think it was like a 2-week process. Like there was like activities and stuff for 2 weeks, I believe. And then like everything. And near the end, I was like, okay, I really am leaning towards Delta Zeta. And sure enough, we were told to go to the Commons to pick up a letter. And we got a letter that said we were welcome to, like, that they picked us or whatever. Because like, I can't remember the exact terminology. Because there's like formal terminology for all this, but because they asked us to pick our preference, that's what it is. So we picked our preference, and so I picked both because why not? There was only two, so it really didn't matter, really, because like if one of them, they were both either gonna say yes, or say no, so it really didn't matter. So I said both. And then they let us know if either one of the sororities wanted us. And so I got told that Delta Zeta wanted me. And so they set up a day where all the girls for Delta Zeta got to go tour the house and get to meet all the girls, a little get together that way. And same with Alpha Phi. They got to go visit the house, and then they did one more time of like, okay, because some girls got to go to both, and so we got to so with that whole process, then afterwards they said, okay, we want you or not. And so we got another letter that said, congratulations, you are a member or asked to be a member for Delta Zeta. And so I said yes. And so then we had one last day where we had a surprise theme party, and it was just like your initiation party, which I thought was super fun because at the time Barbie was super. Okay, here comes Blake. Okay, I think he's done, but okay. So oh my god. Hi, Blake. Thank you, Blake. You want to say hi to the camera? Okay. So that's Blake. Here's our family dog. He's walking around right now. Blake, go lay down. Go lay down. You gotta give him a minute to settle. Okay, so I think we're done. But yeah, so it was Barbie themed because Barbie was super popular that year. So we had a Barbie theme, and I thought it was super, super fun. And we just had to mingle, take pictures, and really get to meet people. And so that was my Rush experience my senior year, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was super fun. I thought it was a whole lot better than my experience with the other sorority. But if you guys want any more story times of like a day party or any like can we chill for a minute? A minute? A minute. I'll see if you can see, guys. Like, he's literally making all the noise. Okay, like, chill. See if I can fix myself. Goodness gracious. Okay, see if that fixed itself. Oh my goodness, so much different distractions. But like I was saying, I just really enjoyed that. And so if you guys want any more story times of some of the Rush activities, the different ways we did fundraising and anything like that, let me know in the comments below, because I do have some up my sleeve, and if I have some advice I could give. But that's really it for these Rush experiences. But I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm so sorry that this video took so long to make, but it is here and finally completed. But I hope you all have a great holiday season, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.